the recording is in progress, and people would be able to refer it once they are online or later. Yeah, cloud computing has becoming more and more adopt. It is getting adopted more and more by the industry, by organizations as well as individuals. It has become a quite go-to tool for any such requirement for individuals as well as a small enterprises, big enterprises, because that's how dynamically its characteristics are helping industry to bring the value for the objective, whatever you have, either yourself or at your organization level. So let's get begin. So today we have these points in an agenda. What is cloud computing? Early models of cloud computing, some of the delivery models, what we have in services and services, some of the ethical issues in cloud computing, vulnerabilities we come across in cloud computing, parallel computing, and distributed system. This is just an agenda for today, which is going to be a glimpse of a couple of topics. In the entire course, you will be coming across these topics right from cloud computing, virtualization, map reduce, large scale resource management, data center networking, distributed storage using in cloud, data streaming process, all those things will be the larger topics in the actual course, which would be availed once you interested and registered for it. So what is cloud computing? So if I have to talk about cloud computing in a very short definition, cloud computing is just somebody else's computer. That's all. In a very short way, it is somebody else's computer. When I need a vehicle to commute, if I have my vehicle, I have my own vehicle. But if I have to use somebody else's, it's just somebody else's system, no, a vehicle, something like that. So if I have my own setup, data center, my own setup of systems, set of systems or individual system, it becomes mine, my accountability, my responsibility, my liability, everything. But in cloud, it is just somebody else's computer, as short as somebody else's computer. Storage, server, database, applications, streaming, compute, everything is somebody else. And who's that somebody else? It could be Microsoft, it could be Amazon, it could be IBM, it could be Google. So they are letting their resources and components as a services for you to use it. So let's go ahead and see the detailed definition. Cloud computing. So the delivery of computing services. So what is that you need to do your programming or application hosting or application development? So you need compute. So that particular compute is the delivery of those compute service like servers, storage, database, networking, software, analytical, and intelligence over the internet. So all these things are available to us to access over the internet, over the browser. And it allows us or the industry people to access and utilize the resource on demand. On demand means right now I need it, I want it, I will have it. So based on the demand, you will be using either one or many systems based on pay as you go. Based on pay as you go means sometimes you may use it 1 hour, sometimes you may use it 1 week. So depending on the amount of usage, depending on the duration of the usage, you may use two systems one day, the other day you may use 15 machines for 1 hour. So depending on that, they will charge you and you will be paying for it and you'll be using it without needing to manage the underlying physical infrastructure. So you are not going to take care of those underlying infrastructure, whether it is a Dell machine, whether it's a HP machine, whether it's an IBM machine, whether it's a x86, whether it, so you are completely not going to take care of all those things. So this is what happens when we use the electricity, right? We don't know who is generating power, where, which generator they are using, whether they are putting it into a river, whether they are putting it into a thermal outlet, or whether they are putting it to atomic uh, center. So I'm getting a power, I'm paying for it, I'm using it. That's all. So just think about you generating a power for yourself. You have to put a windmill, you have to put a solar panel, you have to manage the transformer, you have to manage the storage. You know, all those things are there in our day-to-day life. So the power is available to us on demand. I need it, I'll go to the discom company and I'll pay the minimum charges or deposit, whatever it is, and I'll fill the application. They'll come and give it, and I'll use it based on my, I'll pay it based on my consumption. Sometimes I use huge, I'll get huge bill. Sometimes I'm not at all at home. I'll pay the minimum amount and I'll live with it. So similarly, the computing has become, cloud. That's where the delivery of these resources, applications, and databases over the internet is helping us to use it based on our requirement and stop those things or release it when you are done. So that's very much simple as like electricity. It's very much similar to various aspects. Don't think cloud is very complex. Just think it, compare it. Milk. How many of you have cow at your home? But still you consume milk, right? You pay for milk and you use it. Some days you need half a liter, some days you need 10 liters, depending on your consumption. You don't take care of buffalo, you don't take care of cattle, you don't pay insurance for it, you don't take them to hospital, you are not liable to anything, but we still use it. So there are a lot of such business models where we use based on what we consume. The benefits, it is highly scalable. Highly scalable means if you have your computer, it's a fixed capacity. But if you are getting it from somebody, you can get it any model. Today I need 2 CPU, 4 GB RAM machine, and later on next month I need 20 CPU, 32 GB RAM. So I can increase and decrease the capacity of the compute, whatever I'm needing. It is flexible. On the fly, you can change certain resources. You can add additional machines, you can add additional CPU memory, you can add additional systems depending on your business requirement and technical requirement. Location independent. You don't have to start the machine in Mumbai itself. You don't have to start the machine in Hyderabad itself. You can start the machine in Sydney. You can start the machine in Northern Virginia. There are 36 to 37 regions what we have across the globe. So you can absolutely become a global uh, you can use global infrastructure to deploy your application. Okay, I think it is under the overview. Just this is Northern America, South America, Europe, Middle East. So like this, you can go and have systems created anywhere. Under Asia Pacific, we have so many regions. So you have region in Seoul, Beijing, Hong Kong, Thailand, Hyderabad, Mumbai. So if you, based on your client requirement, based on your business requirement, you can use these 34 regions what we have across the globe. So they have 37 regions, and these availability zones are a part of this 37 regions. So like that, you can use it across the different regions and locations. It provides manage infrastructure. Providers manage it. That means the provider. Who are the provider? AWS or Azure, which is Microsoft. You have Google. You have Alibaba. You have IBM. These are all providers. They take care of managing the underlying infrastructure for you. So as a user, as an end user, I could be an individual or I could be a part of some organization. I focus mainly on the usage. So what is my usage? I need a machine to develop. I will start one machine. I need a machine to test. I will start another machine. I need to deploy it for production. So I'll start one more machine. So together I have three machines using which I will develop, test, and deploy. So my focus is mainly on around the rather than managing the underlying infrastructure. Managing cattle has become really difficult, right? Nowadays. That's how managing the systems are also becoming difficult. So people are moving towards the solution rather than a lot of overheads to manage those um, hardwares, upgrades, failures, replacement, migrations, capacity issues, backup, monitoring. So all those things we are moving at. We have a further slide. We will talk about it. Yeah, this is the slide I was talking. So we have three cloud service model: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Let's again take the service, take the same example like cattle. I have a cattle. I will manage the space for it. I will manage its health. I'll manage its edibles. I'll manage its well-being. I'll take it to outside for every day for sunlight. So many things I have to take care, hygiene and other things. So benefit is I'm having my own milk at home, and whatever I use, rest of them I'll either sell it, I'll distribute it within my family members. So this is purely a traditional model. Infrastructure. What is infrastructure? Infrastructure as a service. Somebody gives me an infrastructure, I will go and use it. I have cattle, but I don't have the space. Somebody gives me an infrastructure, I will go and put my cattle there and I will use it. So still I take care of everything except the underlying land, that space to put the cattle and manage it. So similarly, in cloud, we have something called as infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service where hardware will be provided to you and you will take care of. This is my infrastructure as a service. They will provide you the hardware, server, storage, networking, virtualization, everything. So you choose your operating system, Windows, Linux, Solaris, and you take care of installing whatever you need, drivers, softwares, patching, update, all those things, and take care of middleware, runtime, .NET, Java, Golang, whatever you want to do it, build the application, take care of the data, backup, restore, all those things. So that is your responsibility. It's called shared responsibility. So this is what we have in infrastructure as a service. Somebody will give you the field to play. You are going with your instruments. It could be cricket, it could be football, it could be anything. So you go there, you play, and you come. You pay for whatever you used for. It could be a field, or it could be that particular space for rent, or it could be a hardware in cloud computing. How much this charge for that particular size of the server, capacity of the server, storage, networking, all those things. So that is my infrastructure as a service. So we manage OS, apps, all those things. EC2, there is one popular service which helps us get this hardware, virtual machine. Now, platform as a service. So they will give you a little bit more than the hardware. They will also take care of OS. They'll also take care of middleware and runtime. On top of this runtime, you just develop the application and you just take care of the data. Only two things. Your job is to develop the application logic for your business, and whatever data it has generated, you take care of it. So that is how platform as a service helps you take care of only data. Now, the next one is SaaS, software as a service. Most of this application, whatever we have in our cell phone, is falling into SaaS category, software as a service, which is Gmail. For Gmail, I don't do anything. I don't take responsibility of networking, storage, server, virtualization. I don't know whether it has Windows or Linux. I don't know whether it is written in .NET or Java. I don't even manage my data. Somebody manages my data. Google manages my data. I don't develop the application. I don't upgrade. I don't enhance. I don't do the bug fixing. So that is all SaaS. Facebook is SaaS. Um, WhatsApp is software as a service. So all these are called as software as a service. So you have an objective. Based on the objective, you choose the application and you start using it. So that is software as a service. So you manage code and providers. There is something called as Google App Engine. And for SaaS, it is like Gmail or Salesforce. These are certain examples. Why people move to cloud? First of all, there is no capital expenditure. I don't have to invest. I don't have to invest for a building. I don't have to invest for inverter, generator, multiple internet connection, power, a building to set up the system. I don't have to do all those things. I will start my system and I will start using it. So no capital expenditure. So you can quickly start with whatever size you need. It's like booking the Uber. How do you book Uber? You don't have to buy a car. You don't have to take care of the insurance. You don't have to take care of the fuel, toll, registration, renewals, all those things. So just have to install the app, book the cab, and start using it. Scale the resource based on the demand. Today I need hatchback. Tomorrow I need SUV. Day after tomorrow you need MUV. So depending on your requirement of the business, you can use small, medium, and large systems. So that is how cloud will give you the benefit of using different size of systems. Access anywhere from internet. Access anywhere from the internet means you could be at your office or it could be at your internet center or it could be at your home. You can access the same infrastructure from your browser by providing the right credentials and multi-factor authentication. Faster innovation. So the moment you are not liable to take care of all these things, your ideas will get generate more and more. You'll be more innovative. You'll be more uh, solution oriented thinking, all those things. So faster innovation and deployment is one of the best benefit of cloud. Apart from that, you have a different type of data security, backup and restoration is taken care, monitoring is taken care, unlimited storage capacity, and services in pay-per use, mobility. Maintenance cost is very low. You don't have to pay huge amount, whatever you do it, like while bringing the server at your level. Accessibility, different type of accessibility, either from the browser, command line, SDK, all those things. Collaboration is simple. You just add a user and ask that user to log in with the credential. They should be able to log in. You can also manage the accountability and responsibility for them. That's one thing. Different type of models are there. Different type of deployments are there. Public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, and community cloud. These are different type of cloud. Public cloud means it's like a public transport. Anybody can use it, either the individual or any business or corporates or any government agencies, anybody can use it. So it is shared by many users like AWS, Azure, all these are public clouds. Private cloud, one particular organization dedicated to their requirement, they are using cloud within their organization. There are systems like OpenStack, Azure Stack, they can get installed in their data center and they can start using their own storage, network, compute, all those things. Hybrid, certain organizations are there, they use public to install their web server, they use private to install their database. So at that time, since they use both, it becomes hybrid. Community cloud, shared by the organization with common needs. What are those organizations? Like healthcare. During Corona, government asks all the hospitals, I need the data every day, every hour, how many cases are registered, what is the severity, what is the variant of the viruses which is being spread and causing casualty. Now, government has just introduced the regulation. Now, there will be a hospital's body. Everybody will come together and they'll say, okay, we will set up something. We will contribute the data there and we will make sure government has the information at their fingertips anytime. So these kind of setups are being called as community-based cloud. So all the education systems are having one particular cloud, which is used by the universities and colleges, schools to exchange the information to bring the changes, whatever they are looking for. Yeah, many such organizations are there, healthcare, automobile. So what else I can think? I'm just thinking to give one more example. Uh, Usually automobiles and healthcare. Healthcare is the major one, education. And yeah, those are some things. What are the challenges we have in cloud computing? So some of the challenges what we have, if there is a downtime, we don't have control over it. If there is an outage, you have deployed your application in one cloud, one computer, and that computer belongs to Hyderabad, some zone, and due to some reason that is not available. Maybe it is up and running, but network is not reachable. So those kind of things are not in our control. So data control and privacy risks. So private, sorry, security is always a shared responsibility. AWS gives you multiple options to secure your data, to enable, disable. Physical security is given by them, but logically, you are supposed to set the encryption, you are supposed to set the password, you are supposed to set up all those things, whatever is required to make sure your data is secure. So if either party is missing, then your data control and privacy risk becomes a challenge. I don't know how many of you checked the news last 2-3 days back. 16 billion passwords are leaked 2 or 3 days ago. So who's responsible for this? Sometimes it is individuals like us. Sometimes it becomes a mistake from the service provider. So all those data information becomes risk. I'm not saying you don't have the risk in data center. In data center also there are a lot of examples where you lose the data, where you lose the application, where you lose the connectivity, all those things. Vendor lock-in. They may give certain facilities, they may give certain features which may not be available in other clouds. So that is vendor lock-in. So once you start using one cloud, because of that feature, you may not be able to go out. So that could be one of the vendor lock-in. Shared resource performance unpredictability. one physical hardware is there. On top of it, multiple virtual machines are there. Everybody has their own application in each VM, because someone's VM is taking too much resource, the other VMs are getting impacted, the performance impact. So those things are not under our control. So those are some challenges which we have. So what is that we do in cloud? Some of the key cloud activity: provisioning and managing the infrastructure. So let's do one small demo. Uh, if I need a machine to start my development, how much time it will need? I need to go to the market. I need to buy. I need to uh, procure the license. I need to get the operating system. I need to get the uh, various things, license, drivers. On top of it, I may need certain professional licenses, all those things. I'm just logging into my account to show you how quickly we can start. One, 4, 2, 3, 3, 9. Okay. So as soon as I log in, I need a computer. Whatever computer you have in your control, it may be the small one. So let me launch one machine. And I need that machine to be Amazon Linux, Mac operating system, Ubuntu, Windows, Red Hat. I can pick up from anyone. So I'm going with Amazon Linux. I can choose the machine with 1 CPU, 1 GB RAM. I can go for 192 CPU and 384 GB RAM. I can go for 32 CPU and 28 GB RAM. There are nearly 900 types of systems which I can choose from. Is it? It is not so easy to get so many combination of systems around your physical location. You go to any shop, you don't get so many choices. So you can compare those machines. So how many CPUs, how much memory? So you have 914 types of systems. You can go with different combination of capacity. Okay. After selecting the hardware, I'm selecting using which password I need to log in, and I'm selecting the firewall and how much GB I need. Storage, I need 2 drives. One is 8 GB, one is 9 GB. So like that. After this, I can just launch the machine. Once I launch this machine, just while speaking to you, it might have taken 2 minutes. Otherwise, I can do it within few seconds. So this becomes available to you in a moment. So this is pending, and I'm just refreshing it a couple of times. This is Northern Virginia. I'm starting this machine in US. This is running. So I want to connect to this machine. I'll just say connect. And I'm having this machine in my possession, right? Sudo su hyphen ls CPU. How many CPU I have? I have 1 CPU. How much memory I have? 1 GB memory I have. How much disk I have? 2 disks. So let's say I want to increase the disk, 9 GB and 3 GB. So if you have a laptop with 40 GB hard disk or 128 GB hard disk and you want to change it to 256, you may have to do a lot of circus. Go here, go there, buy something, inquire. So if I have this machine and if I want to increase the space, I'll just go to storage and I'll just pick up this storage drive, which I want to increase. I will select on it. I'll go to actions, modify, and I'll just increase it from 9 GB to 10 GB. Done. The moment I do 10 GB, I'll come back here. I'll run the command. It becomes 10 GB. There is one more drive, which is 3 GB. This is the one. I'll go to actions, modify the volume. I'll make it 4 GB. Or let me make it 13 GB. Do you see? 3 GB has become 13 GB. This is the kind of flexibility we get in cloud. That is why people are moving to cloud. This is one of the reasons why we have more startups. 4 people out of the college coming together. You don't have much operational expenditure. They form a company, they get a client, they develop the application, they incorporate certain standards and business ethics. So they'll get good visibility, they'll get good revenue, they'll get going. You know, cloud is one of the key enabler for all the startups what we have around today. So this is cloud key activity. I provisioned a server and I manage this infrastructure. I can monitor SLA, billing, performance. I can get detailed billing, how much I got charges for what. So I go to billing and console management, and I will see how much bill I have got for what usage. So this is the bill I have got, and I'll be able to see the detailed instruction. Let me reduce the font for better visibility. Okay, so this is the charges I got for Elastic Compute Cloud. In Mumbai, I used $30. In Sydney, I used $0.13. Northern Virginia, $33. Ohio, $13. So if I expand it again, for NAT gateway, certain charges. For NAT gateway, $29. And Linux machine. So every breakup I'll get. I don't have to have a question around it. Security and compliance. Who did what? There is something called as cloud trial. Who started the machine? Who stopped the machine? Who deleted it? Who modified it? Everything I'll be able to look into it. So under the cloud trial, if I go to event history, I can see modify the volume. Somebody did the modification of the volume. Root user, you know, I changed the volume, right? From 3 GB to 4 GB. If I go and click on this, I'll see the details. This is the root user. What he did, he changed it to 13 GB. All right. So that is a target size. So what time it was done, there will be a timestamp. Okay. What is the account number? This is the account number. This is the access key and the username. So using this particular user changed it to 13 GB. So if I want to see the other event, the second one, I modified one more volume, which is, I increased 9 GB to 10 GB. So what time? This is the timestamp. So like this, I can have a better compliance and audit as well. Customer support and self-service, you can anytime you can raise a support ticket and people will come back to you. If you are in a paid version, they'll come to you accordingly. If you are in a free version, they'll come to you accordingly, little delay. Okay. Using mobile PC, server, anything you can manage these cloud resources. Some of the ethics we have to follow. The thing is, the data spans across global jurisdiction. You need to be very careful when you are using the data across the global footprint, whose data it is, where it is being shared, what purpose it is being used. So you need to be very careful. There are a lot of compliances which are around for different client, different countries. You need to be aware of those things. Don't worry about all those things now. Once you start using, you'll be made aware of it, because more than you, your employers has those adherence to make. But at the same time, it should be done through you. They will bring you such awareness. Limited storage over the limited control over the storage location. Limited control means I I know this particular data is in Mumbai, but within Mumbai, which physical location it is, which building it is, which floor it is, I really don't have the control over it. So we have to be very careful when we use the data for our consumption or somebody else's consumption. Risk of surveillance and data misuse. When you share the data with somebody, like as soon as you apply the loan, you'll get a lot of calls for credit card, right? You'll be wondering, I never applied for credit card. I just applied for loan. I got the loan. But how do this credit card people are getting my contact number? So whatever data you share, what is your income, what is your Form 16, what is your contact number, whether you have a house, whether you have a vehicle, all information they'll collect. And they will sell it in the dark market, black market, for some charges, 2 rupees, 5 rupees, one contact. So they will start dialing you, sir, why don't you go for insurance? Because they know you are potential to buy the insurance. So that's all there. So you need to be very careful. And at the same time, you also have the right consent before you use the data of somebody's your client. Parallel versus distributed computing. What is parallel versus distributed? So when individual application is splits and gets executed simultaneously on one machine or more than one machine, it's called parallel computing. So it's like deploying the application on two machines and making it work under the load balancer. So now I have one machine, and the same machine, I can create an identical machine and I can make it run around the load balancer. There is something called as load balancer. The traffic will be received by load balancer, and it has its own logic to divide the data across available systems. So depending on those logics, whatever you have defined, it will have target groups. Target group 1, target group 2. So depending on the URL, what you are trying to access, it will start redirecting the data to that particular machine. Well, let me use it to show you. This is my load balancer. And here, a lot of traffic is coming from the internet, from the mobile, from the data, server, all those things. I have target groups, different target groups I have. This is Gmail. This is photos.google. This is mail.google. Okay. And this one is maps.google.com. So when the traffic is arriving from the different sources, it will check the URL. And that URL has this keywords. And based on this URL, what you are trying to reach, I'm sending it to that machine. So what we have here, we have different computers. Depending on the load, these computers will get increase or decrease. That is called scale up and scale down, scale out and scale in. So one application is getting deployed across multiple machines. We call it as parallel computing. Okay. Distributed. Um, a same application is spread across multiple system. I would say there are 3 data centers. My application is running across 3 data centers. So if I have 3 applications running in single data center, this is called parallel computing, which is they are all in the same network. This is distributed. Your work is happening from a distributed company. If one data center goes down because of network issue, power issue, anything, the other systems are working fine. We have a famous example, social security number server in US is spread across multiple distributed systems because during the hospital inquiries and processing, if this one server goes down, they'll be able to get the information from the other systems. Similarly, Aadhaar, they will be having multiple clustered servers. Application runs on various systems. If one facility goes down, the other facility which has the same information will be able to facilitate the information. Okay, so sorry, I was writing something here. Goal. What is the goal? Process fast. If there is a bug, somebody is using uh, the application called Cam Scanner, and it works fine, but it is not supporting the scanning of the document more than 10 pages. So many people are trying to scan their documents. As soon as the 9th page is scanned, 10th page, the application is crashing. The monitoring will be there. Immediately feedback will come to the developer and they will be able to fix it. They'll be able to release the new version. So next time when the user launches, it says there is an update, kindly update. It will not work with the previous version. So the goal is to reach to the market quickly. Otherwise, somebody else will grab the market. If it is not fixed, people will uninstall Cam Scanner and they will install some other scanner. High availability. So at any given point of time, your application should be up and running. So you have various strategies. We call it as auto scaling group, load balancer. In load balancer, what happens? If this goes down, the other machine is up. This goes down, other machine is up. This goes down, other machine is up. So by the time it is gone, a new machine will be created to replace it. It will be completely taken out because of its bad condition. New machine will start and the work will get distributed across new machines, whatever has come up. That's called load balancing. Okay, that was quick. Let me show you one more small demo. It should not take more than 5 minutes. I will be installing 2 machines. With the help of those 2 machines, I'll create a load balancer. And when I'm trying to access the system, it will go across 2 systems or 3. I'm creating a web server. I'm selecting this Linux operating system. And I'm putting the script here. So it is updating the operating system. It is installing one application. It is starting that application, is enabling, and it is adding. Okay. So this 3 machines are started. What I'll do, I'll add these 3 machines into a load balancer. Don't worry much about these parameters. It will be explained when you are part of the actual learning, detailed learning. But you can see the way how I am pursuing all these things. So the target group is created. So whatever I was telling you, right? This target group is created. I brought all those 3 machines under one target group. Now I will create a load balancer, create load balancer, application load balancer, and okay. I don't know if it is taking special character. These are the locations where system might come up, and I have configured it, and I'm creating a load balancer. As soon as I create a load balancer, I will be getting one DNS name. Let me see the health of the system, whether it is up or not. It is still not healthy. Let me start accessing it. I'll show you. I'm open to any question. By the time we start asking questions. Firstly, many thanks to delivering a real masterclass. Just to understand, sir, you have acquired one machine over AWS in this session. The cost depends on various factors, not only one factor. You may have one machine creating huge network traffic. That time network charges will be more on you. So you may have one particular system which is using too much of storage for database purpose, and so you may have a lot of storage related cost. And so, but there is one option I'll tell you. You can go to this website, AWS price calculator. Create an estimate. We'll put this charge. I'll put this link EC2. This is the computer. What type of computer it is? You need to give all those details, whether it is shared or dedicated, Linux or Windows. You can see the cost is getting changed at the bottom. When I selected Windows, it becomes 3.8. Linux, it is lesser, 1.53. How many instances, how many virtual machines you need? You can increase, and which family. So C5, A4, all those things. How many CPU you need, how many memory you need. So you can see the cost is getting increased. Okay. There are on-demand compute savings plan, and within that, how much storage you need. So if you need 100 Mbps data, 100 GB, 100 MB, So accordingly, monitoring, data transfer, different parameters are there. Accordingly, you can see each calculation. Monitoring, it will charge you $6.3. And this is the amount for on-demand server, 730 hours per month, $0.17 per hour. So it will charge you 372 hours. Like that, you can understand how much cost it might get you. My load balancer is working. You can see I have 3 machines, 172, hello ExcelR, coming from 172. Next time when I go this, 208. Next time I'm going here, 221. So there are 3 machines, guys, which I started. I just shown you. This is 208. This is 221. And this is 172. So like this, my traffic is going to each machine every time I refresh. If I put this content same, hello ExcelR, you will never come to know which server your traffic is going to. That is how big companies are putting multiple computers in the backend. Whenever there are one person or huge number of people are logging in, they will be taken to different systems in the backend. Okay, I will put this price calculator uh, link in the chat. You can calculate it based on what is that you are looking for. I'm done with the session. If there are any questions.
Thank you, sir. I have received a bunch of questions on the chat. Can I go by one?
Yeah, sure. I'm
Okay,
cleaning up my systems. Yeah.
sure. Question from Hema Varshini. How did you get started in cloud computing and what advice would you give to a student like me?
Uh, I was working with IBM, and one of the requirement made me to, I was into monitoring. I was setting up a monitoring for system. One of the client requirement made me to set up the monitoring for one of the cloud-based system. And when I did the setup, that is when I came to know the features and the benefits of it. I started learning. And if you just learn, you may absorb around 40%. While learning, I also started teaching to others. It could be my junior who joined my own team, the interested fellow who would like to understand. So when you start helping others to understand it, you'll become more and more comfortable in it. You'll get more control over it. So that's how I gained more and more control and knowledge over this cloud computing.
Thank you, sir. Uh, Question from Tushar. Please provide YouTube link. Tushar, the YouTube link of this session will be shared with all the registered participants and to other learners on SWAYAM Plus also in the next 48 hours. You can refer to this recording from YouTube. Next question from Neerav S. After using an instance, how to stop the billing when it's done?
Yeah, I just went to instance. I selected instance state. There is an option to stop. There is an option to delete. So I just deleted all of them. You can see terminated. So I used it hardly for 10-15 minutes. So accordingly, I'll get the nominal charges, whatever I used.
Thank you, sir. I'm just reading the next question from Pragya. In what form is the data present in the 37 data centers previously mentioned in the session?
See, those 37 centers are regions. Those are known as regions. Under the region, it's a virtual boundary depending on the country and physical location. Under this region, there are 117 availability zone. Under this availability zone, there are multiple data centers. This region and availability zones are virtual perimeters, boundaries. When I say Mumbai, Mumbai is one of the region. Hyderabad is one of the region. Within Mumbai, there are 3 data centers. Let me show you regions and availability zones. If I go to Asia Pacific, and if I take my mouse pointer on Mumbai, you can see there are 3 availability zones. So this availability zone is a virtual boundary. So within this availability zone, there are data centers. Each blue dotted block is one availability center. Within this, these are the data centers. It could be multiple data centers forming a same network. That is how the regions and availability zones are formed actually. I hope that helps.
Thank you, sir. The next question from Sivateja Padamatha. If we use public cloud, what about the privacy of our data?
Privacy, as I said, it's a shared responsibility. AWS will give you all the facilities like encryption, multi-factor authentication, security groups, and all those things. You have to pursue those things actively. For example, when I start the machine, this is my machine, and I'm using the security group. In this security group, I can define what kind of a traffic is allowed to go to my system. So I go here and I can define what kind of a traffic is allowed. So right now, all traffic is allowed. I can delete this and I can allow only SSH. I can allow only HTTP. And where it should come from, I can define it should come from only my IP address. It should come from certain IP addresses, 10.0.0. Uh, 0/16. So I can mention the range from which IP address it should come. So this is up to us how secure we want to have. It's like AWS gives you all the facility. You have to enforce it. You have to apply it to make sure your security is intact in place.
Thank you, sir. Joshika Bhaskar is asking, will the YouTube link be sent in our email? Yes, Joshika, the YouTube link will be shared with your uh, email IDs that you used for the registrations for this masterclass. Question from Vignesh. When I'm registering into the Azure, it's asking for the bank detail, and is it safe to share?
Can you repeat the question?
When I'm registering into Azure, it's asking for the bank detail. Is it safe to share? If it's
Azure,
uh,
AWS, Google, the benefit from Indian government is unless until it's your consent, it will not deduct the charges. So unless until you provide the OTP, you will not be charged. They will disable your account. They will disable your email ID for next registration, but they will not deduct you without your consent.
Thank you, sir. Question from Akshit. Is there any discounts for students in cloud servers for doing projects for usage?
1 year completely free AWS. You can use 1 year completely free. Let me show you the link. AWS free tier. So if you go to this, you can see what is free for 12 months? 750 hours of compute. You need to use a particular machine, T2 micro or T3 micro, 750 hours, Red Hat Linux, SUSE Linux, Amazon Linux. This will be free per month, 750 hours per month. And storage will be free 5 GB. Database will be free 750 hours per month. So many things are free. You just click this link, click this filter, will come to know what is free for 12 months, what is free for all time. You know, there are so many services which are being available as free. Accordingly, you can go ahead and start using it. Let me put this link into chat. Yeah. AWS gives you 1 year free. Azure gives you some 3 months or some few dollars they will give. Similarly, Google also give 3 months and some dollars. Either if you finish the dollars or that particular time that will get consumed. Yeah.
Can we move on to
Next.
next question, sir?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, please.
Question from Ravi. Cloud computing may be profitable for businesses with a large number of clients. Will it be cost effective for an individual developer since you have to pay for everything, including internet use at your site? More the bandwidth, higher will be the cost.
It's like booking the Uber. If you are booking Uber to travel from one point A to point B, they will charge you 20 rupees per kilometer. But if you get into a long-term commitment, like if you say I need 3 days vehicle for roaming around the city or across the city, they will get you 15 rupees per kilometer. There's a discount, right? Similarly, with AWS, if you get into a long-term commitment, there is something called as uh, AWS uh, savings plan. So if you are getting into uh, a savings plan by committing 1 year or 3 year, the charges will be reduced up to 70%, up to 72%. It depends on various type of system, region, all those things, but minimum around 50 to 60% discount you will get. I will ping you this link for further more details. You can refer this.
Next question is from Akshit Kapoor. How to access AWS F1 for cloud-based FPGA from India, sir?
How to access cloud-based
AWS F1 for cloud-based FPGA from India.
F1 from FPGA.
Yeah. Akshit Kapoor, if you can expand a bit on your question, we will take it next. We can move on to the next question then.
This is one type of machine. As soon as he said F1,
Okay.
uh, this is one type of hardware, underlying hardware. Uh, See, AWS is not into a charity, guys. They are purely into business. If the demand is there, they will make the services and components available. So right now, there may be not much demand for this machine in Mumbai region. Anything they bring it into Northern Virginia first. And based on the demand, which is getting increased in India, they may introduce it at that time. So Northern Virginia, it is they are telling we will expand to multiple regions when the instance becomes generally available early 2017. I think it is available. Let me see. I will switch to Mumbai and I will see if that machine is available. Instance types. Uh, Instance family is equal to F. I don't see F1. INF1 is there. Yeah, INF1 is there. I don't know whether it is the same thing which you are looking for or not. Okay. Next question, please.
Question from Aman Kumar Pandey. What is the roadmap and the future scope in cloud computing? What is the most important component in cloud computing?
So future is bright, guys. We are not getting the skilled resources. That is why government is taking such initiative. You already know AI ML is is becoming more and more adopted. You cannot provide the kind of resources what AI asks using the traditional computing. So that is where cloud becomes relevant. So if you go into cloud, definitely the cloud will be used by AI ML more and more, and that is how you'll be having more opportunities to get selected, pursue those things and all those things. That skepticalness will be always there, whether I'll get the job, whether I'll, but you, how proficient you are in that language, how expert in that, along with the technical skills, attitude also matters. With all those things, you should be able to secure the skill is very important, guys. Frankly speaking, we don't have skilled resources in cloud as of now. A lot of people without skill, they come, they join, they learn. Yeah, cloud is having a future. That's something which I want to confirm. Thank you.
In the interest of time, we'll take three more questions. Question from Sivateja. If mistakenly I lost my account, then what about the data in the cloud? Can we get it back?
Can you repeat the question again?
If mistakenly I've lost my account, what about the data in the cloud? Can we get it back? Is Sivateja's question.
Yeah, you can write an email to customer support and mention your account ID. As soon as you create your account, you'll be having one welcome email with this 12-digit email ID. And that 12-digit email ID will be there in your account. You write an email to them asking for restoration of it, and they'll be able to ask certain questions to verify, and they'll be able to help you restore those accounts.
Thank you, sir. Question from Ranjit. How often do cloud certifications need to be renewed?
Yeah, I think 2 years, 3 years is a validity of the certification as of now.
Okay. We'll take one more question. Question from Chetan Shetty. With GenAI replacing software jobs, will cloud architecture, cloud administration, cloud security jobs also get automated by AI, reducing the need for qualified staff?
Mm, Very nice question and very relevant question. There's a saying from Jen Singh, who is the leading person in uh, AI ML related domain. You will not lose the job to AI. You will lose the job to that person who is adopting, who is learning AI. So you cannot run away from it. You cannot run beyond it. You have to run along with it. So what is the option for cloud in Gen AI? You start looking into it. You will be good. You will be uh, you will be relevant to the market.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Okay.
so much. If you have further questions, you can write to us and we can get back to you. Yeah,
Sorry,
thank you.
I
No problem. Thank you
yeah.
so much for your time. We will have Mr. Amit Saha, Associate Director at ExcelR, to address for the next 5 to 10 minutes. Mr. Amit Saha is a seasoned professional with over 25 years of experience in sales, marketing, and strategic partnerships across sectors like pharma, FMCG, telecom, and higher education. Currently, is heading the institutional vertical at ExcelR. Mr. Saha is focused on building impactful higher education partnerships and institutional collaborations across India. Over to you, Mr. Amit Saha.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. Once more from the entire team of XLR, I really would like to thank the team out here from SWAYAM Plus and IIT, from IIT Madras. It's really a great initiative, and from the House of XLR, we are equally elated to be part of this particular journey, and are really excited about this partnership. So. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Satish for wonderfully utilizing this short period of time to ignite the brains, and probably has left behind a lot of information and insights to the learners for pricking their brains and dig deep for getting to know more about the technology and the entire duration through which you have taken them through the journey. It speaks highly about your intensive experience and expertise on this particular domain. So moving on to XLR, to all the learners, we primarily, our endeavor is over the last 12 years to become the strategic partners of the HEIs, higher education institutions, to create the right bridge from transformation of the journey from classroom to corporate success. So I'll very quickly give you a basic glimpse about who we are and what we have been doing, and how furthermore we can look forward for providing you different kind of insights and as well as resources. So we have our global headquarters at Houston in USA, and in India we are having our headquarters at Bangalore, and we operate from 5 cities spaced majorly across the southern part of the country. And we have our global presence through our corporate support wing for the constant upskilling of the workforce of the corporates, majorly across the European and Middle East segment, and as well as Southeast Asia. Some of the recognitions that we have been accorded over the period of time of last 12 years, and one of the important aspect is about 2 times in last 5 years we have been accorded as the fastest growing technology company by Deloitte in the Fast 50 India initiative through by Deloitte. Some of the premium associations that we have, of course, one of the major of them, as you see on the right, on the bottom right, is with SWAYAM Plus, and we actually are perceiving a great journey with this particular platform and initiative. Other than that, nationally, we are also associated with iHub Divya Sampark, which is the joint initiative of DST, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, and IIT Roorkee. At state levels, we are very closely operating with the skill development departments and the higher education departments of the state of AP, Telangana, and Karnataka. And of course, we are having strong collaborations with three of the major IITs, IIT Madras, IIT Roorkee, and IIT Bombay, and as well as BITS Pilani. Of course, we have also partnered with NASCOM, and currently we are also looking for scaling up our entire initiative through SWAYAM Plus platform. Just to give you a very quick glimpse of the outcome of what we have initiated over the last 3.5 years for the learners in the HEIs. That is, on today's date, we have initiated an everyday learning program through which close to around 65,000 faculty members through the faculty development program are part of this learning journey in the emerging technology space, from STEM, and as well as from the non-STEM areas. And more than 7.5 lakh students are part of this initiative. So we work very closely to understand what are the need of the hour by our collaborations with more than 5,000 plus recruitment partners. And this whole thing has been only possible because of more than 2,000 plus HEIs, higher education institutions, who are having formal collaboration with us. And we want to scale it up with strongly collaborating with SWAYAM Plus. Some of the offerings, very quickly, I would take you through. Primarily with SWAYAM Plus, we are trying to put forth to you more than 14 different kind of technology specific or emerging tech specific programs which would be available on SWAYAM Plus portals platform. And as you see, that these are all having the NCRF level evaluations also, which definitely would enhance your preparation and as well as benchmarking against the standards. And to have a a feel of it, we also have collaborated with SWAYAM Plus to offer to you certain free programs on MERN and testing tools, ChatGPT and prompt engineering. Most of you are probably using it to a great extent, and definitely certificate program in React.js. Overall, we try to put forth, a different outcome-based learning programs through long-term internships, industry-led academic projects, campus recruitment training programs. We have a very, very exciting fashion school program which we are running at Bangalore and Hyderabad currently, and we are looking forward to expand the same and different certification programs. And we are one of those unique entities who operate both in, offline, live online, and self-paced format. And of course, faculty development program has been one initiative which we have been very, very highly focused on. Even the masterclass sessions and such kind of initiatives we are exploring to reach out to the learners who are looking forward for engaging themselves in the emerging technology space. So this is what overall, a quick representation of XLR. Definitely beyond that, you can always reach out to us. And as I said at the very beginning, we are looking forward for a fruitful, great collaborative learning journey to be, taken across the nook and corner of the country and globally as well in association with SWAYAM Plus. That is what we preach, and that is what we look forward through this particular initiative. So thank you again once more to SWAYAM Plus IT Madras team and our resource person, Mr. Satish Shettar. And we would look forward for similar type of programs in future as well. Exciting was that 500 plus learners joined the program, and throughout the tenure, I see there was hardly any dropout. So that itself speaks about the excitement and engagement that everybody was having. Thank you so much once again. Over to you to SWAYAM Plus team.
Thank you, Mr. Amit Saha. And thank you, Mr. Satish, for your insightful session. Learners, please note that you can check out ExcelR's courses on SWAYAM Plus portal. You can log into the portal, register yourself, and in the partner filter, you can filter for ExcelR and you can find their courses on the portal. Finally, a big thank you to all the participants for attending and contributing with your thoughtful questions, which added meaningful depth to the session. And don't forget to stay connected with us on social media as well. Follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and X, formerly Twitter, to remain updated with SWAYAM Plus's latest offerings and other news. Additionally, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel where the recording of this session will be uploaded for your future reference and continued learning. Thank you once again for being a part of the session. Wishing you all a pleasant evening and an enjoyable journey of learning and growth with SWAYAM Plus. Thank you.